That awkward moment when your doctor has a worse sense of humor than you do. No embroidery on the body. Today, we are back at it, breaking down and reacting to the wildest medical memes on the internet. And here to join me today is SÉAMUS.
How's it going? I'm one of the video editors for Dr. ER. I've done over 100 videos. I believe that now qualifies me as an official medical doctor.
Maybe an honorary medical degree, but we're gonna put your medical knowledge to the test. Let's dive right in. That awkward moment when your doctor has a worse sense of humor than you do.
If your doctor's the Joker, maybe that makes sense.
I'm looking at it actually from like a practicality standpoint of, wait, this is really hard to actually pull off.
My question is, do you ever get patients who ask for this kind of customization?
That's a really good question. No embroidery on the body.
You'd sign a cast if someone broke their leg.
I was definitely signed a cast. No one noticed, but Aladdin was suffering from a hydrocele.
I feel naive. Is it to do with his legs or is it to do with something else?
Hydrocele is when you have like a collection of fluid around your testicle.
That was my second guess.
Your balls are huge.
I can't unsee that now. Aladdin is like, that's my favorite Disney movie. Can it get that bad?
It could if you just ignore that your scrotum and your testicles are enlarging. It doesn't happen that fast overnight. No Ebola. Okay.
I kind of don't want to comment.
Correct, me neither.
Nope.
So Ebola, right? It's a horrible hemorrhagic disease that almost has like 40 to 50% mortality. 1 in 2 are going to die from this virus. When you unplug the beeping things at the hospital and all the patients start sleeping better, worst place to get rest is at the hospital. A lot of people actually will come in to want to take a break, get rest. Oh, I'd rather be admitted. I'm like, you're gonna get a blood pressure cuff blowing up on your arm. You're gonna have beepings. When you've been on the toilet for too long.
We've all been there.
I don't typically fall in. If you like stroked out or passed out on the toilet, then something could happen. The toilet to me looks like a European type toilet where the rim is like super tiny, super wide, versus in the US, we have these nice big pads, but maybe the hole is a little bit smaller.
It does look like my toilet, I guess. Having used both European and American toilets, I think American ones flush a great deal better. Every time I visit the States, I look forward to using one.
So I heard that you two finally tied the clot. Sure did. Coagulations.
That's a good joke.
Good joke.
A coagulation is basically a clot.
Does this mean that if you have a blood clot, at least your blood is in love?
Yes. If you don't want to pay extortionate medical bills, don't go to the hospital. Medical bills could get expensive and depends on what you're having done, but it's such a huge gray area. And me as a emergency medicine physician, don't really deal with the bills.
I've known people who have a symptom of some kind and they just say, I don't want to go to the doctor because if I get it diagnosed, then I have something. But if I just leave it, it's not there.
We actually see it so often. There's bills for everything. Your health is like #1 priority. Normal eye with glaucoma. Boom, boom.
Oh, sorry, I just got it. Sorry.
Done.
The eye, aka the globe.
The globe.
I know a very popular home remedy for glaucoma, but I don't know if I can say that here. It involves the inhalation of certain substances.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. There has been studies that show that marijuana, or cannabis to be more exact, has had some benefit to glaucoma. When you're going to donate blood and the nurse asks how many times you have sex a year, I try to help and I'm humiliated. Aww.
Back when I was in college, there was a blood donation van. I was filling out the form and there was a whole section and it said, have you ever had unprotected sex? All these different kinds of sex. And I was just like, I think I can skip this page.
They do it because of the risk of blood-borne pathogens and diseases that could occur through the interactions of sexual intercourse. Did you know that a knight guards your uterus? His name is cervix. Oh my gosh.
That is peak dad joke.
Part of the anatomy of your uterus is the cervix. Obviously spelt it differently.
That doctor should have a chaperone, am I not mistaken?
That is correct. Good. Chaperone, I mean, you know, maybe a little gloves. Typically when somebody's having a pelvic exam, everything's covered but the area that you're looking at. So a lot of times you would like drape a sheet or a blanket over an individual. Blood cell, crypt cell. A red blood cell does look like a jelly donut without any jelly.
Shake it like jelly.
Or a jam donut.
The cell on the bottom just looks like a viral particle or something like that. Almost looks like the pandemic cell that in a virus that
Yes.
we had with all the spike proteins. Patient, you look too young to be my nurse/doctor. How my patient sees me, my old. That's on a daily basis to this guy.
My nerd brain is doing backflips. I know that that is Grogu from The Mandalorian, but then on the ID, that's a picture of Yoda. But I also know that that driver's license is McLovin's driver's license.
I am McLovin.
But the thing that's really messing with my brain is Grogu is a baby, but canonically he is in his 50s.
I just love the name, and we got Mickey Yoda.
Yeah, oh, does it say Monkey
Awesome.
Yoda? So evidently, Yoda's been Irish this whole time.
Medical experts who have 11 years of experience on their field, Karen with 5 minutes of Google research. Oh my gosh, okay.
Some people will spend a very short time doing research and really look like they know more.
She Googled your
Every day that happens, and what we call it is pigeonholing. If somebody tells us what they believe it is, we're humans, so our brains kind of go narrow down that path of like, oh, that's probably what it is, versus a broad differential diagnosis, meaning on a huge spectrum, what could be going on, and then you do your workup to then narrow that down to find the answer. Family members, hey, you're basically a doctor. Can you check this out for me? Me, a first-year med student. Bandage, pressure, maybe a tourniquet.
Label the tourniquet,
What are we labeling? Oh, I love that you know
the
this.
time and date so we know how long it's been cutting off circulation. If you can, try and find out where that guy's arm is. His wound looks pretty jagged, so sometimes you have to cut off serrated tissue so it's smooth, so then that can heal more smoothly.
Check, 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 check. You passed with flying colors. If you have an organ donor card, you drop a loot when you die. Bring me the heart of Steve from accounting.
Your body is full of organs, so your body's full of like valuable items. So you're walking around with goods.
In the US, organ donation is voluntary. It's highly utilized and much needed. Biggest thing probably is kidneys.
Is it true that when someone gets a donated kidney, it doesn't replace one of their other kidneys, it gets attached as a third kidney?
Correct. That is correct. When the patient tells you you have to use a butterfly needle for their IV, oh my gosh.
Is a butterfly needle a more delicate needle?
Yes, butterfly needle has like a little bit of wing tips on it, like this, but it is a phlebotomy needle only. So it is just a needle to get blood. But to put an IV in, you need the largest gauge.
No, that's too big.
That is a IV needle right there that we're looking at. Types of headache: migraine, tension, stress, systemic lupus erythematosus syndrome, in the stage of ALS.
I've had migraines and I can definitely relate.
Men are a little bit more at risk for what's called the cluster headaches, where it's sharp stabbing pain right to the eye. Treatment actually is just oxygen.
Lisa Kudrow, who played Phoebe in Friends, her dad is like one of the leading researchers on treating cluster headaches.
Whoa.
His specialty within headache was something called cluster headache.
Anybody out there watching this get headaches, let me know, and let me know if you've ever had to go to the hospital to take care of your symptoms. Well, holy cow, that was so much fun. Awesome having my editor Seamus going over these memes with me. I loved it. If you guys actually want to see more of him on the show, let us know. He actually does a lot of other things out there.
I make films, sketches, stuff like that. And I'm actually in the middle of making a short film. We're currently doing a crowdfunding page, so check that out if you want your name in the credits.
We will definitely put a link in the description below for all of you interested. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out this playlist right here. And as always, please make sure you subscribe, turn your bell notifications on, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and
Stay healthy, my friends.